Who am I? What do I desire? What do I know?
The reason you have memory isn't to remember the past.
Everybody thinks they can have the perfect decision. There is no perfect decision. There's just life.
Who am I? What do I desire? What do I know?
The reason you have memory isn't to remember the past. The reason you have memory is to not do the same stupid things again in the future. That's fundamentally the reason. And so you remember some things and you don't remember other things. And your memory has a shape, and these stories fit into that shape. And so at minimum, the stories have evolved to adapt to your memory. Now, I would say since your memory has evolved to adapt to the world, that implies that the stories have evolved to adapt to the world.
Ultimately, what we're trying to do is get to a place of stillness and clarity and focus so we can be 100% locked in whatever we're doing. That's what this is all about. And sometimes you're flashing forward, sometimes you're looking to history for perspective, sometimes you're empty in your mind entirely. Every situation's got different handles, and you grab onto the right one at the right time.
What you believe will dictate your thoughts on a moment by moment basis. So if you believe that, money is hard to make, as a simple example, you're not going to have ideas or thoughts around money that would be.
All right, family. Let's go. Good morning. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited, fired up, ready to go ahead and dive into today. I apologize for the noise back. We've got another house being built over there, so bear with me. I'm going to keep today short and sweet so we can go ahead and get out into the field and take massive action for today. Happy first of the month. By the way, happy February. I'm excited for this month. I know this is one of the, let me tell you, this is one of the biggest months of the year. I've seen it year after year. February, March, April. This is where it really counts, right? So to really be intentional, understand that what we've done, right, the preparation that we've been doing for the past 6 months, the past 8 months. Family, check this out. We are drop down below. How many days consistent is everybody on your gratitude, on your journaling? Check this out. 189 days. You can see I've been tapped in for 189 days straight, getting the feeling, honestly, getting the vision, getting the dream in HD, high definition. So now when it comes flowing in abundance, it's not a question how it happened. We've already been able to see it. So February, this is a big month for miracles. This is a big month for a lot of abundance. A lot of great things are going to be coming to and through each and every one of us. So get ready, because I'm telling you, this is going to be a month where we're going to be able to go back and look at that. This was one of the biggest catalysts for 2023. So I'm ready. I'm fired up. Let's go ahead and get into today's topic. Today, we're going to be talking about the past, the present, and the future, how to go ahead and take back control of our life, how to go ahead and understand that everything that we've done, it plays a role, and learning how to look at it maybe in a different light is going to allow us to see this a lot much differently. So let's go. 179 days. Lady Boss Nikki, JoJo is tapped in first month, being my own employer. Congratulations. JoJo has left the 9 to 5, stepping into your own boss. I love to see it. Shane and Talina, day 225, and look at that. Shane and Talina just got one of their cars. They've been manifesting, they've been putting it down on paper, they've been visioning it, and they just went out and picked it straight off the lot yesterday. So drop some threes down below. Congratulations. They've been listening to Kevin Trudeau every single day. So it's not a coincidence to me why these things are happening in your life. So look at this. The dream team is on fire. I'm telling you, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all of the abundance that is going down right now. So I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for the family. I'm grateful to be healthy, for the mind, for the body, for the spirit. I'm grateful for the morning routine, the rituals that we've been so intentional getting deep with. Dream team, I'm so proud of you guys stepping into the highest version of you. So just know this is the tip of the iceberg of what is to come, right? I wonder what happens when we stop saying, you'll never believe this happened to me, right? You'll never believe what situation just occurred in my life. What happens when that becomes the norm? What happens when that becomes usual, right? These blissful things are just flowing from all different angles. That's how life is supposed to be, right? The universe is just giving us people, places, and things put into our lives to be able to grow and elevate. So exactly 1 month late, but that's why KT says never put a time limit on it. I love it. Yo, I'm so proud of you guys. So let's get into it. Let's dive into today. You ready? taking back control of our life. Okay, and I love this training. This training is not for myself. This is coming from Sean G. Murphy, and I love this. We got this about a week ago, and it really put things into perspective. Okay, so if we're thinking about a GPS, right? Everybody knows about a GPS driving in our car, but today when I go through this training, you might look at it a little bit differently than you've been seeing it before. You ready? So let's go ahead and get into today. Okay, finding where our GPS is centered. I paid $1,000, like Shane and Talina and I, we paid $1,000 for a 12-week program from Sean. And one of the biggest things that we pulled out of it was this: definite major purpose, right? Getting our DMP. A lot of that course was figuring out, what are we really here to do? What is our purpose, and why do we exist? You see, when we get the purpose in check, then the priorities get aligned. Now we take the right actions, and now the results, they start to flourish. So I'm not surprised at what's happening here, because you guys have started to identify what your definite major purpose is, right? So here's my next question, right? Those of you that didn't get a chance to hear this, let me ask you, how many satellites are connected to make the GPS work? When we get in our car, how many satellites are connected to go ahead and make that GPS work? Let's see who knows this question. I didn't know it before, so I'm curious to see if you guys know it. What's your guess? How many of you guys think? The answer is it's 3, right? When you go drive in your car today and you put on a GPS to get anywhere, it takes 6 satellites to be able. It takes three satellites to be able to make that connection through all of these different stratospheres and 6 different ozones getting up there. But here's the powerful part, okay? Just like the satellite connects 3 times to create a GPS, to create a direction, we have the same thing in our lives, right? We have 3 satellites as well. You see, we have our past, we have our present, and then we have our future. Okay, right? You would think it was more, but it's pretty crazy. It's only 3, right? So they create a triangle, and the same thing happens in our lives. We have something that's very similar, right? We have our past, present, and our future. And here's the difference, okay? For most of us, I want you to think about, let's start with the past. Let's go ahead and start with our first satellite first, okay? The first key for any of us, and this is big because I really thought about this myself, is to start with the past and to go back in time for almost anybody you are. I don't care who you are. A lot of us have things that have happened as a child in our childhood that we still carry with us today. We might not talk about it. We might not speak about it all the time. But I'm telling you, there's things that have been maybe covered on top with dust that are underneath the surface that have a big reason on why we do the things that we do today. And most of the time, there's something that's traumatic that happened as a child for a lot of us. There's something that if we went way back and we could go back to that moment and uncover exactly when it happened and why it happened, we can get a lot of clarity. We can get a lot of peace of mind. And we can start to make things make sense because we're not looking at it from a child's mindset anymore. You see, we're older, right? We've grown. We've got a lot more wisdom than before. So the biggest key is to be able to identify the past. Number 1, identify where we come from. And number 2, being able to let go of the negativity, let go of the lack. You see, for me, family, I grew up around drugs. I grew up around alcoholics. I grew up around a not very functional family, right? So for me at the beginning, as I started to really dive into entrepreneurship, a lot of this was rewiring what I was taught, rewiring what I knew my whole life. I've been told no a lot of my life. I've been told you're not going to be able to do it. Why are you dreaming? Why are you thinking so big? And I would go right back to my past. Oh, you're not worthy enough. You're not going to be able to make it happen. You probably shouldn't commit because you're not good enough anyways, right? Drop some 2s down below if you guys have ever felt the same. If we have some type of resistance going forward. This is why I love what Sean teaches. It's not a script. This is stuff that's all internally for a lot of us. It has to do with the state. It's the feeling, right? So this is big. So for a lot of us, what is it? What happened in our past so we can go back and we can, flip open our book to the pages at the beginning and wipe off some of that dust and go uncover maybe something that we've been holding on to for so long that we don't need to carry anymore, right? I'll give you a real deep example for one of my family members, okay? She was raped as a child. She lost her brother due to a car accident with a drunk driver. and then she also lost her daughter, right? So these are things, this is baggage that she's carried from her past all the way for 60 years and lives in the past every single day. I know what that's like. I live next to that. I see that mindset every day. So this training to me is very intentional because I've been hearing these conversations a lot lately. So I know it's not just one person going through this. There's a lot of people going through this at scale. So I know if somebody can pick any part of this that can make it relate, it's worth it to me. Okay. So let's get a little bit deeper into this. Okay. Sean talked about when we're looking at the past. Okay. Here's the problem is when we say success is just as close as our skin. Well, here's the other side, right? Our past can also be just as close as our skin as well. So every day, if we wake up in lack, if we wake up we're not good enough, if we wake up and we think about all the failures that's already happened already, and now we're stepping into this beautiful, creative day that we can really be imaginative, and we're stepping right back into lack. We're stepping right back into limiting beliefs and identity. There's no way any magical things are going to be able to be created or manifested from this state, from this present moment. So when it comes to identifying our GPS, this is the first thing we need to identify. How close has our past been next to us for how many years, how many weeks, and how many months? How close has this been? So this is the first step is to identify the point of our past and to identify what do we maybe need to let go of that we've been holding on to maybe subconsciously for decades, not just weeks, months, but maybe even for decades. So this is big. This is going to take some critical thinking today. The next part I want you guys to go ahead and think about to get your wheels turning. When a GPS, okay, in order for a GPS to get rerouted, I want you guys to ask yourself this. When have you ever seen a GPS reroute without ever moving? This is interesting, right? You see, the GPS only reroutes when we start moving. For a lot of us, we might feel like we've been in the same spot for so long. I don't know what's going on. It seems like I keep experiencing the same scenarios over and over again. Maybe there could be something that we've been afraid to do. Maybe there could be that video, it could be that post, it could be that call we've been wanting to make, it could be that DM we've been pushing off. Could be different for everybody. But I know for a fact there's things that we've been afraid to do that on the other side of that could be a lot of growth. So I want to build the future part of the satellite now. Okay. I want you to imagine everybody. Let's do a quick visualization right now. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine stepping into a door. We're inside of this box, okay? And this box can transport. We can transport in time. So imagine we open the door. We step in this box. We're sitting there. Boom. 5 seconds go by. We open the door, and we're 5 years in the future. Now, my question to everybody is, what does this look like? Where are you standing? If we're being honest, this is just the truth. 97% of people, when they open that door, it's going to look almost identical. It's going to look very similar to what life looks like right now. I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's a terrifying feeling. That scares me, right? I don't want to be in the same spot. I don't want to be in the same tax bracket a year, 2, 5 years from now. The game of life, the goal of life is about leveling up, my friends, right? We're not built to just exist. We're born to win, but we're programmed to lose, right? I'm passionate about this. This is why it spews out of me. I'm passionate about this because I know there's no way any of us were designed to go out and live an average life. But let me tell you why most people open the door if 5 years were to go by and they walk out and it looks the exact same. Let me tell you why. How many of you have ever played Minecraft, right? Drop some 5s down below. For those of you who know the game Minecraft, you know what I'm talking about. You might have played it. You might have seen one of your little cousins play it, right? I didn't like it, to be honest, because it's not my type of thing. I like sports, right, when I was playing video games. But I want you guys to think about something for a second. To the mansion real quick. Most people, when we're picturing our future satellite, it comes up like Minecraft. It comes up all pixelated. It comes up all blocky. It comes up very foggy. It's not clear. We're not able to see exactly where it is that we're going. We're not able to see it in a clear picture. And guess what happens to the type of action that we take when we don't have a clear future, when we're not confident about where it is that we're going? What do you think? Do we take a little action or do we take a lot? My guess would be a little. If we're not confident where we're going, if we don't have a clear definition, if we don't have a definite major purpose, it's easy to wake up every day, and it's easy to end up 6 months down the line in 2023, very similar to where we're at right now in February. I've seen it. Same thing with December. There's going to be people that made New Year's resolutions. December 31st is going to hit, and they're the same person they are January 1st. We've all seen it year after year. That's why if you go into the gym, we're in February, right? This is a perfect time. Go into the gym this month, and I promise you're going to see 30% of people are not in the gym anymore. They all left. They had their New Year's resolutions. They went hard for 3 weeks to a month. That was it. They're right back to the old me. Why? Because their past is so close to their present. It's so easy to go right back to their past self. But when there's a clear identified future and when we know where we're going, guess what? We're able to clearly be present in the moment and create and build towards that future and feel it as if it's already happened. And now we're able to take quantum leaps to get to that point, right? So this is big. This is all keys that I had to learn myself along this journey that even still today, I'm practicing all of these different things, okay? So here's the next visual I want you guys to think about. Here's the next visual I want you guys to think about. Let me ask you this. And this is a great visual from Sean. A horse. Do you guys think a horse, a huge beast of an animal, do you think a horse can feel a fly on their back? Yes, the answer is yes, right? A huge beast of an animal can feel literally a fly on their back. So the same thing happens with our lives. Do you understand how little that we have to move to go ahead and start activating our GPS for the galaxy to be able to find us, for our software to be able to update? This is huge. And one of the biggest ways to go ahead and update is to be able to dive into, we do it every day, our gratitude. There's a reason why we do this. Being able to get in the feeling, being able to wake up in a creative and imaginative state, getting it down on paper, right? So these are all things you guys are learning. We're not just doing it to do it. These are all scientific. These are lessons that are leaded by the 1%. So to go ahead and wrap up today, here's one of the last things I want to go ahead and talk about. Becoming conscious. You see, Sean has a topic that he's running all throughout the year about becoming dangerously conscious. Okay? So basically, what I want to get out of this is to allow you guys to give yourself the chance to ask yourself, am I pissed off about where it is that I am? Because family, there's nothing wrong with that, right? People change for two reasons, desperation or inspiration. In 2015, I was desperate. I needed to make money. I had to get by. But at the same time, I was inspired. I was inspired by others that were living the life that I wanted to live, that were able to give back without even thinking about it, that had so much overflow that money and people and places were just attracting into their life. And I started to realize, you know what? If they can achieve that lifestyle, why can't we? And I got pissed off for greatness. And I said, you know what? Enough of the distractions, enough of limiting beliefs, enough of limiting identity. Let me go out. Let me make that video. Let me go out. Let me make that call. Let me make that connection. Let me do that one thing that I've been afraid of doing that can knock down the rest of the dominoes. And this is when you become dangerously conscious. You see, there's a difference between being aware and being conscious, right? Awareness, anybody can be aware, right? We're aware that there's more ways to make money. We're aware that we should probably eat better foods. We're aware that we should probably wake up a little bit earlier and dive into some deep work. But consciousness is a whole different level. This is subjective. This is when you're able to actually be able to look at it, make it make sense, and actually take an action. So all of us for the year of 2023, this year is about becoming dangerously conscious to anything that is limiting beliefs, limiting identities, limiting conversations, because there's no room for that coming into this year. We have room for abundance. We have room for growth. We have room for testimonies. We have room for transformation. So we're taking out the old to allow space for the new. So family, with that being said, this is my training for everybody today on how to go ahead and track your GPS to see where we're at now, to go ahead and ask a question. Are we leaning towards our past right now with our GPS? Or are we leaning a little bit more into our future? And are we able to create in the present moment? You see, there's so many people that wake up every day replaying their past, replaying negativity, replaying the failures, replaying what went wrong. I want you to start pre-playing your future. What does your future look like? What car are you driving? Where are you living? What impact are you making? What messages are flowing in on a daily basis because of the value that you bring out to the universe? These are QLQs, right? Allowing you to stretch and to think a little bit bigger. So family, this is my training for everybody today. Hope you got a little bit of value. If you got something from today, go ahead and drop some threes down below. Smash that like button and let me be the first person to tell you, family, I am so proud of you. I see you putting the time. I see the growth. And I know this is going to be the year for all of us to step into the highest version of ourselves. And I know that we're just getting started. So with that being said, it is your favorite entrepreneur family, Define Dreams. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything you can hold in your mind. You can hold it right here in your hand. I love you, family. Have an abundant day. Go out and get to it. Your greatness is waiting for you. Let's get it.